right now, am I present? You have to find out. And you can only find out whether you are present by being present. So the question, am I present, can take you immediately into presence, because after you've asked the question, either mentally or verbally, or you can ask somebody else, not accusing them, implying that they're not present, just an innocent question. Am I present? Are you present? Are we present right now? But of course the best question is always, am I present? Comes down to that. What happens after you've asked yourself the question? You have to find out if you're present. How do you do that? Well, there's no how. Suddenly an alertness arises. And then you might say, yes, this is presence. So you can use the words as a reminder, knowing that the words are not it. These words, am I present, have exactly the same function as the words, who am I? Because in your essence you are conscious presence. So if you ask yourself the famous question that Ramana Maharshi recommended as a meditation, one of his favorite meditations, asking yourself, who am I? And the important thing is not to look for an answer on the level of concepts or words, because then that's not it. Who am I leads to an alertness. And then you recognize yourself as an aware presence. No form, just spacious presence. And that's the answer. You are that. So sometimes little questions can be very helpful. You might want to put a sticker on various places in your home with different questions. Or you have one written on your hand. Who am I? Don't show it to anybody. So you're, throughout the day, reminding yourself, which may include words, reminding yourself, but the words always lead to the realization. In that sense, words can be helpful if they are used as pointers. And when a disharmonious state arises, you get upset about something or unhappy about something, that can be very helpful too, because it's a sign that you have lost presence. Another way of putting it, you could say, you lost the present moment. You didn't realize that the present moment is of primary importance because it's all there ever is, it's all you ever have. Your life can only be ever now, and your mind is telling you that something else is more important than your state of consciousness now. That's a delusion. And if you don't realize that nothing is more important than your state of consciousness now, because your entire life unfolds, arises out of your present state of consciousness, including what we call the future, which, when it comes, is not the future, but the present moment. So the so-called future is inextricably linked with your state of consciousness at this moment. If your state of consciousness is dysfunctional, in whatever way, stressed, angry, sad, then that becomes your future as events and people you meet. The strange thing is, if your state of consciousness is dysfunctional, you meet many dysfunctional people. How is that? Or if you're angry, you meet so many angry people. It almost like it's as if the world was full of angry people. Because, first of all, you are drawn towards the same frequency that is the predominant frequency within you. So that in itself draws certain people to you. You're more likely, and then you resonate with them. They are angry, so angry people get drawn towards other angry people. And in addition to that, anybody who comes into contact with an angry person, and angry may not even be the hot anger that's right on the surface. It could be a deep-seated, continuous sense of grievance that somebody harbors, and it's not necessarily anger on the very surface of their being. They could be harboring a continuous distrust of the world or people, or a kind of continuous resentment or grievance, perhaps going back to early childhood, who knows. And anybody who meets a person in that emotional state can easily become infected by it. So the angry person does not only attract other angry people, it also can infect others, if they are not absolutely present, with their anger. So you might have noticed, if you ever go to meetings or committee meetings, they're wonderful places for showing you how present you are.
Zarezerwuj swoje miejsce teraz. Zapisz się dziś. Zarezerwuj swoje miejsce teraz. Zapisz się dziś. Zarezerwuj swoje miejsce teraz. Zapisz się dziś. Zarezerwuj swoje miejsce teraz. Zapisz się dziś.